Hello everyone. We have come a very long way to come here. Now for this chapter, these are the only things you need to know. The basic angle, please remember how they are drawn in every quadrant. They are always drawn from the x-axis. And then the ASTC, okay, we have extended the ASTC to include the basic angle. So please note, in the first quadrant, everything is positive, and all the sine theta equals to sine alpha, cosine theta equals to cosine alpha, and tangent theta equals to tangent alpha. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive, and sine theta equals to sine alpha. The others are connected by a negative. For example, cosine theta equals to negative cosine alpha. Third quadrant, only tangent is positive, and only tangent theta equals to tangent alpha. The others are connected by negative. Okay, so that's how you try to remember. And okay, don't forget this page. Okay, now let me teach you how to solve the following. We are going to solve for theta, and it is not as simple as using your calculator to calculate sine inverse of negative 3 over 8. Okay, remember, there are many solutions to this, and your calculator only gives you one of the solution. Your job is to find all the solution, and all the solutions can only be found by first finding the basic angle. Now, why do I give this region? Okay, it's because there are many solutions, so we try to restrict the solution to only in this region. Okay, now the first step, is this a positive or negative? Okay, sine theta equals to negative 3 over 8, so of course it's negative. Next one, which quadrant does theta belong to? Since sine theta is negative, and if you were to think back about ASTC, then it can only belong in the third or fourth quadrant. Alright? In the third quadrant, that's how the theta is drawn, and in the fourth quadrant, that is how your theta is drawn. Okay? Alright, now note, in the third quadrant, that's how your alpha is drawn. Okay, now like I said just now, we have to find the alpha first. Once I know the value of alpha, then I can find theta. In the third quadrant, theta is simply 180 degrees plus alpha. Okay, and in the fourth quadrant, that's how the alpha is drawn. So once I know alpha, and I just take 360 minus alpha. Okay, the alpha is the same in both quadrants. Okay, so why do we do this? Why do we need to find alpha and and do these tedious things? Simply because you cannot obtain theta using calculator. Okay, your calculator only gives you one value, but alpha you can obtain using calculator. Once you know alpha, you can find all the angles, okay, wherever they are, which quadrant. Okay, step 3, we know it's in the third or fourth quadrant. It's your choice to choose which quadrant you want to work with. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's say I choose the third quadrant, and in that quadrant, okay, I choose the third quadrant, choose the equation with the correct trigo function. The question says sine theta, so in the third quadrant, choose sine theta and sine alpha. And we know that in the third quadrant, only tangent is positive, while sine is negative. So I choose this one. Okay, if the question says sine, use sine. If the question says cosine, use cosine. Okay, like that. Now, we know sine theta is negative 3 over 8. So, replace the sine theta with negative 3 over 8. Both sides have negative, get rid of them. Okay, remember, we have to find alpha first. Okay, so now we take sine inverse and we get our alpha. Don't round off, okay? We always round off at the end, not in the middle. Okay, now we have found our alpha. We can find the angle in the third quadrant, which is just 180 plus alpha. So I get 202.0 degrees. In the fourth quadrant is 360 minus alpha. So 338.0 degrees. Okay, when you deal with angles in degrees, always round off to one decimal place. Alright? Hence, the solution to our question is simply these two. If you don't believe me, take out your calculator and calculate sine 202.0 and sine 338.0. They will give you negative 3 over 8. Okay? And these two values are between 0 and 360. Okay, so these are basically the steps. So take a moment to understand this. Okay, it's best to screenshot and always refer to it. Okay, let me show another example using this. Alright, let's say I want to solve tangent theta equals to negative 2 over 7. First, the first question, is it positive or negative? It is negative because it's negative 2 over 7. Next, which quadrant? Which quadrant is tangent negative? The second and fourth. Next, choose one quadrant to work with. Okay, it's up to you. For me, I choose the second one. Okay, and then use the correct equation to find alpha. So, the question says tangent, so pakai tangent. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive, so tangent is negative. So tangent theta equals to negative tangent alpha. And we know tangent theta is negative 2 over 7, so negative 2 over 7 is negative tangent alpha. Remove the negative, you get tangent alpha equals to 2 over 7. Find the inverse, and you get 15.945 degrees. Alright, we are almost there. Now, we go back to our quadrant. In our second quadrant, that is how our theta is defined. So our theta is 180 degrees minus alpha, and we get 164.1 degrees. In the last quadrant, is 360 minus alpha, so you should get 344.1 degrees. And these two are my solutions. Okay, so far so good. Okay, please replay the video again if you think that I'm too fast.